Hi everyone! In this video, we will do the vertical line test. Identify whether each graph is a function. The definition of a function is that every x value has exactly one y value. To identify if a graph is a function, it's actually a little faster than a list of ordered pairs or a table. In this case, we do what's called the vertical line test. We do this because all of the x values happen along this axis here, and they map to a y value, and in this case, this x value maps to this y value here. This x value maps to this y value. And so we do something called the vertical line test, meaning I try to draw a vertical line any way through our graph to see if I hit a y value more than once. If I do, then that x value has more than one y value. So as I draw my vertical lines through this parabola, I'm only finding that it will cross the x or the function one time here, and so forth. So our first one passes the vertical line test, meaning that it upholds our definition of a function that every x value has exactly and only one y value. So our first graph here is a function. Our second graph, as we draw a vertical line through here, in fact, at every point, we can see that it crosses twice through the graph, which means it does not pass the vertical line test. That means that I have more than one y value for those x values. So it violates the definition, meaning that this is not a function. Our next one is we draw a vertical line through here and through here. In fact, at every point, except the very last one on the vertex, our graph crosses the vertical line twice, or the vertical line crosses the graph 2 times at every single point, which means again that this one violates the definition that that x value has 2 y values instead of 1. So it is not a function. And our last one, as we draw our vertical line, we can see here it crosses once, and here it will also only cross once, although it may look like that is a vertical descent from the graph. It is continually, as you can look at it, moving slightly to the left, more and more negative. It is slight, but it is a different point at every single x value. They might be very, very minor differences in the x value, but it does only cross once. And so this one is still a function because each of those x values has exactly one y value. Even though it's very small difference between them, they are still a different y value. So it is a function. We've now identified all 4 of these graphs, whether they are a function or not, and now we're all done.